John Deere, green and yellow. These colors represent more than just a brand. They symbolize a legacy built over decades, more than just colors. They're a promise of durability, innovation, and a commitment to the land and the people who work it. A promise passed down through generations of American farmers. From grandfather to son, the name John Deere has been a constant in the ever-changing landscape of agriculture. A promise of quality, reliability, made in America. Each piece of equipment stands as a testament to the craftsmanship and dedication of the workers who build them. For over a century, John Deere was more than a company. It was a symbol of progress, the American spirit, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. It was woven into the fabric of rural America. From the vast fields of the Midwest to the rolling hills of the South, John Deere was there, helping farmers feed the nation. From dusty fields to county fairs, the Deere name meant something. It represented a way of life, a commitment to hard work, and a belief in the future. It meant honest work, good equipment, and the American dream, all rolled into one. Farmers knew that with John Deere, they had a partner they could rely on. Small towns thrived on John Deere factories. These factories were the lifeblood of many communities, providing jobs and a sense of purpose. Generations worked side by side, building tractors and combines, the lifeblood of American agriculture. Fathers taught their sons the trade, passing down skills and knowledge. Their sweat and skill built an empire of green and yellow, of steel and rubber, of dreams and hard work, an empire built on trust. But empires can crumble. The trust that was built over generations can be fragile. And trust? Well, trust can be betrayed. When promises are broken, when quality falters, the legacy that took years to build can be tarnished in an instant. But the spirit of John Deere, the spirit of the American farmer, endures. It adapts, it overcomes, and it continues to strive for a better future. The year was 2024. Murmurs began in union halls. Rumors spread rapidly through small towns. John Deere, the cornerstone of American farming, was moving production to Mexico. The announcement felt like a gut punch. Farmers, many already struggling, felt abandoned. The workers, some with 3 generations at Deere, felt cast aside. Promises were made, of course. Cost savings, they said, greater efficiency. But the sense of betrayal remained. This wasn't just about jobs or machinery. It was about a broken promise. A promise of American jobs, American-made products, the American way of life, all disappearing across the Rio Grande. Outrage erupted. The streets echoed with a chorus of voices, each one a testament to the collective anger and frustration that had been building for months. The air was thick with the palpable tension of a community pushed to its breaking point. Farmers, their faces marked by years of sun and worry, gathered. These were men and women who had spent their lives working under the open sky, their hands hardened from years of labor. They had endured storms, droughts, and economic downturns. But this felt different. This felt like a betrayal. Workers, their livelihoods taken away, marched. They had given their best years to the factories, working long hours to support their families. Now, they faced an uncertain future, their jobs outsourced to distant lands. The sense of loss was overwhelming, and the anger was palpable. This wasn't just a corporate decision, it was a blow to the heartland. The community felt abandoned, left to fend for themselves in a world that seemed increasingly indifferent to their struggles. The sense of betrayal was deep, and the wounds would take a long time to heal. They turned their backs on us. A grizzled farmer spat, his voice raw with anger. His words echoed the sentiments of many who felt that their loyalty and hard work had been repaid with indifference and neglect. After all we've done, all we've given them. The sacrifices made by these farmers were immense. They had invested not just their money, but their lives into their land and their work. The sense of injustice was overwhelming. In union halls, the mood was somber. The once bustling centers of community activity were now filled with uncertainty and fear. The workers gathered, seeking solace in each other's company, but the future looked bleak. My father built this town on John Deere. A worker choked back tears, his voice trembling with emotion. The legacy of hard work and dedication was being dismantled before their eyes, and the pain was almost too much to bear. Now they're shipping our lives away. The sense of loss was profound. It wasn't just about the jobs, it was about the community, the sense of identity, and the future of their children. The anger was mixed with a deep sense of sorrow. Politicians, sensing an opportunity, fanned the flames. They made grand promises and delivered fiery speeches, but the community had heard it all before. The trust in their words was thin, and the people were wary of being used as pawns in a political game. Promises of retribution filled the air, but the damage was done. The community had been through too much to be swayed by empty words. They needed action, real solutions, and a commitment to rebuilding what had been lost. The trust, once unbreakable, lay shattered like a broken crankshaft. The symbol of their hard work and dedication was now a reminder of the betrayal they felt. The road to recovery would be long, and the scars would remain for years to come. Section 4. Tariff Tornado. Trump's trade war backfires. Enter the Donald. Trump, always eager to showcase his deal-making prowess, imposed tariffs on Mexican-made Deere equipment. His goal was to pressure companies into relocating their manufacturing to the United States, thereby boosting American job creation. It was a daring strategy, one he heralded as a triumph for American industry and a setback for foreign competitors. "We'll show them," he proclaimed at rallies, his voice filled with resolve. He vowed to bring jobs back and penalize those who betrayed America. His supporters cheered, believing in his vision of a rejuvenated American manufacturing sector. The message was clear: America first, and everyone else would have to follow suit. But tariffs, much like neglected tractors, have a tendency to backfire. The initial enthusiasm soon gave way to stark realities. The tariffs raised the cost of imported parts and equipment, which in turn drove up the prices of domestically produced goods. Farmers, who depended on affordable machinery, found themselves in a difficult situation. Prices for farmers, already dealing with narrow margins, soared. The cost of equipment and supplies increased, further squeezing their profits. Many farmers, who had initially supported the tariffs, began to feel the strain. The promise of economic revival seemed distant as they struggled to make ends meet. The very people Trump aimed to help were now caught in the crossfire of a trade war. Farmers gathered in town halls and community centers, discussing the impact of the tariffs on their livelihoods. The sense of betrayal was palpable as they realized that the policies meant to protect them were causing more harm than good. The tariffs, intended to penalize Mexico, ended up punishing American farmers. Fields that once buzzed with activity now lay barren as the cost of maintaining and operating equipment became prohibitive. The sight of idle tractors and empty fields became a stark reminder of the unintended consequences of the trade war. The law of unintended consequences, written in the language of economic turmoil, became evident. The ripple effects of the tariffs spread beyond the farming community, affecting various sectors of the economy. Financial markets reacted with volatility, and businesses faced uncertainty. The grand vision of economic resurgence was overshadowed by the immediate challenges and disruptions caused by the trade war. Section 5. Fields of Despair. The crushing weight on American farmers. The heartland, once a beacon of American resilience, began to falter. Farmers, burdened by increasing debt and soaring expenses, fought to survive. Foreclosures surged, casting a long shadow over rural areas. The impact rippled far beyond the farms. Small businesses in rural towns, dependent on the farmers' income, closed their doors. Schools, once bustling with children, faced declining enrollment. The American dream, once promised by John Deere, was turning into a nightmare. The very essence of rural America seemed to be slipping away, like topsoil in a drought. Section 6. An uncertain future. Can American agriculture survive? The John Deere decision was a pivotal moment. It revealed the weaknesses in American manufacturing, the instability of the global supply chain, and the profound rifts within American society. Some larger farms with significant resources managed to adapt. They adopted automation, precision farming, and cutting-edge technologies. But for many small-scale farmers, the outlook was grim. The question remained, could American agriculture withstand the challenges of globalization, trade conflicts, and corporate exploitation? Or was this the beginning of the end for the family farm, a cornerstone of American heritage for generations?